Well, Tituss Burgess, now you are a two-time Emmy nominee. Last year when we talked, I guess it was the spring. You'd never been an Emmy nominee before. Take us back to the Sunday night of the Emmys and your whole experience that day.
Oh my goodness. Well, it wasn't. It was overwhelming, but in a different way. I had already decided that just getting there, just being in that room, was winning for me, and that's not like one of those, oh, that's such a humble way to look at it. And I don't mean that. What I mean is, the year before that, I was nowhere near anyone's Emmy or anyone's TV show. Having been in that room with all these people that I've watched for so long and have since long admired their skill set, what they bring to a TV show, all of that, being able to talk to them and to be able to express what their work has or had done for me was what I was going to make the night about for me. And I was able to do that, and I walked away very happy, very fulfilled, and it sat with me. It lasted for a while, the energy of that night, and the warm reception I got from people. It was just beautiful. It was really lovely. I don't know that I anticipated it to be as familial as it felt.
Well, I tell people all the time, whether it's Emmys or Oscars or anything, actors, below the line folks, creative, technical people, just enjoy the whole journey because, I mean, from July 14th all the way up through, late September, you and the other six men in your category, you all share that together. It's an experience that you get to share as a journey.
Yeah. I got a lovely email from Tony Hale before the Emmys, and we had never met before, and he was just so lovely and was just congratulating me and welcoming me into the fold. And I had several exchanges via social network with Keegan, and it was just, I don't know. I look at these guys like my big brothers, and they've been doing this for a long time. I just sort of arrived at the table. So to even have a seat at the table, just it's still mind-blowing. And even this second nomination, I did not waltz into it thinking, you can hear New York. You hear that beep?
We love that. We love that.
It just will not be quiet.
We just need a siren going by. That's what we need.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it. I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. But just to be among those fellow nominees, I used to think when I was younger and watching these award ceremonies that when they would say, oh, it's just an honor to be nominated, I thought that was just such BS. But I gotta tell you, it really is. It really is. It is a very special feeling. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I'm not this second time around when the nomination came. I didn't anticipate it. I did my best to stay off of blogs and any pundit chatter. Any idle prattle, I just try and stay away from it because it's, for me, particularly having come from a theatrical background where there seems to be an award for every week of the year, it's easy to get swept up in that and having your thought process be solely centered around, will people notice me, And so I went into it having spoken very little about it this time around, and didn't have a great many interviews about it either. And so it allowed me to receive the news with a sort of ease and a pleasant surprise, and a warmth there that last year it was a ball of nerves and all that good stuff. So I don't know, it's just awesome.
And I think you're the kind of person that was probably more excited that Ellie Kemper got her first nomination than you got your second.
It's so true. It's so true. And I saw her name, and of course, because they announced the lead categories first, and I could not text her fast enough. Like I just I don't know. She is so unique. She's so special. And she makes work not feel like work. It feels like going to hang out with a close pal. So to have the rest of the community, to have the Academy recognize her, there's a lot of TV right now, which is wonderful for people like me. It's great, with the success of streaming networks. Streaming services, there are so many options, and there are a lot of great performances, so to have to dwindle it down to, what is it, 6 or 7 people,
right?
That's I don't know how that works. But I just love that she made it, because she deserves it.
I really do believe in the last, I say 3, 4, 5 years, if you get singled out at the Emmys or Globes or SAG or something on the TV side, I mean, it's an accomplishment, because there have never been more shows and good shows. There's some great stuff out there.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's a special feat, And I know I don't take it lightly, and I know she doesn't take it lightly. So we feel very, very lucky.
Well, I've got to tell you, we have probably the most passionate TV fans on the planet that come to our site. And last year at we call them our Gold Derby TV Awards. We've been doing them for, I think, 12, 13 years. They voted you Best Comedy Supporting Actor last year. I don't know if you were aware of that. So
I didn't know.
Do you have an acceptance speech ready for the Gold Derby Awards?
Sure I do. Of course I do. Wow.
Well, you're nominated again this summer. They're voting now on the winners for this year, but you were the winner last year.
Well, that is so lovely. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Wow. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Well, I tell people, if I see somebody at a party or something, and I say, "Hey, you're a Gold Derby nominee this year, or you just won," I think it's it's not the Emmy or anything, but these people are passionate about television. These people.
Well, they're passionate, and you guys, I do know that you guys, you've been around for a long time, and that your opinions are very informed, because you guys watch a lot of TV.
That's right.
So if you say that we are. I'm sorry, I'm at my grand piano right now, so that's why.
Oh, there we go. We'll just I'll just sit back and you just play us out for the next 20 minutes.
You know what? I will play my acceptance speech. How about that? But no, I know that when you guys say you're a nominee and that you won or whatever, that's a big deal, because I can't even get through all of the shows that I love, and I watch a lot of TV. But there's so much content. But it certainly makes for never getting bored. That's for sure. And I love that.
Well, speaking of performing, the episode you've chosen for the Emmy voters this year is the one where you're teaching Lillian all of the alternate versions of the Broadway songs.
Yeah.
I would just, first of all, just getting that script, what was going through your mind?
Well, I gotta tell you, my first emotion was excitement, because I know Jeff Richmond's work pretty well now, at least on his work on TV shows, and I know that rarely have I come across a composer. He's so smart. He's probably the smartest man I know. That is the truth. He's so gifted in that he can waltz through any era, any genre of music. And if he has to write a song that is inside 1920s or 1930s, if it's a 30s song, there isn't a hint of the 20s lying around. He is so in the epicenter of the thing that he is doing. There's such an authenticity to it. So I know that I'm getting to sing something that is well constructed and constructed so quickly. For the amount of time that the turnaround to film a sitcom and to know that you got to crank out not even just the scenes that have songs that are scenes unto themselves, but then the underscoring to tie in the whole of the episode to be focused on that and to crank it out so fast is just remarkable. And then these lyrics are just ridiculous.
How did you keep from? I mean, those lyrics of those songs were so funny. How did you not just break up the whole day?
Oh, well, I was so consumed with getting it right and trying to the trick is being you have to be sincere about the comedy. Not even. You have to be sincere, and that is the comedy. So so he meant the whole Helen Keller inspired unauthorized thing, it was hysterical, but I had to sing it as though it was like the most fervent, like I was doing I dreamed a dream or something, so that when I turn on that type of focus and approach, material that is truly laugh out loud funny, it helps me delineate, helps me separate the two, and I'm able to just sort of dive in and on some level ignore the sheer madness, if you will.
And that particular episode, and really throughout this season, you had more scenes than ever with Carol Kane. I've just loved her forever since Taxi. What is she like just working opposite?
Carol is, I always say this to her, she's old school. And I think sometimes she thinks I'm that isn't a compliment. It is. And what I mean is, sitting back and watching her process, watching how she constructs her journey through a scene is truly something to behold. And I can see the moment in her eyes when she's figured it out. And it's like, let me just stand back and take notes. It is pretty fascinating. Carol and I have a love affair. She's like an auntie. Her mom, I think, is 91 maybe, and plays the piano, and we just sit there and sing. And she has two pianos in her house, so I play one and she plays the other, and we just do dueling piano and sit there and eat sushi and talk about New York of old that I did experience because I wasn't here yet. And she just fills me with such a great joy. So in many ways, parts of our performance are authentic in that there is a real love, there's a real relationship there. But when it's just me and her, and we're just hanging out and being frank and open and honest with each other, it is lovely. And I love having her as a point of reference, as a guide, or a tour guide, if you will, through what the industry was and what the industry has become and who the industry will be for me. So I kind of get lost into talking to her for hours.
I bet you do. Another big arc this season for you was with Mikey. Just tell us about playing that and that particular stretch of time for those episodes.
Sure. Mike is a good friend of mine outside of the show. So it was lovely to see his name on the call sheet. I didn't know that it was him before he was cast. And I didn't know how long or how wide-ranging or far-reaching his arc was going to be. And I still don't for this next season. I don't get informed about what's about to happen before it happens, but I prefer that because I don't want to have too long to sit and stew and think about it, because then what I offer up starts to be so premeditated and not funny. But Mike is a New Yorker. Like he's largely what you. Not too much of our relationship on camera is unlike our relationship in real life, except we don't kiss or have a romantic relationship. I guess it's a bromance. Is that what they call it? Bromances? I guess it's something like that. But he has been so dear to me and warm, and he's very funny, very smart, and it was lovely to watch him sort of expand and grow as the season goes on, as he gets more confident as an actor, and starts to just really make some solid decisions on his own, sans the notes that we get, and it just got more and more fun. So I look forward to seeing where we are when we come back, where our relationship is. I hope he sticks around for a while. He's a good egg.
They know how to find those guest stars on this show, don't they?
They do, man. They really do.
Yeah, another episode with him that I loved for you this season was the one where you visit his parents' house. What did you think about that particular episode?
Yeah, that episode was really funny because he tells it. We just sort of sit back and watch all the cuckoo-ness that's going on, and to there's so much material to draw from, and that, of course, it took forever to film because there's so many different points of views. But that was great fun, and all of those actors were just so lovely and as nuts as we all are. It was fun to get in there and really play and make up some crazy things.
Including the puppet?
That puppet is creepy. It is creepy.
That was the point of it, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah, sure, it was the point of it, but it creeped me out.
Well, you mentioned season 3. I know, I guess around this time last year, you were already back in right at the beginning of production for season 2, but with Ellie having the baby and other factors, do you know yet when you're going back?
Well, yeah, Ellie, being an uncle has changed things. But I think we go back sometime in October.
So maybe a couple of months behind last year's schedule.
Correct. I'm not really sure what that will do to the premiere date, but yeah, it'll be a little later, 2 months later about.
I was wondering, did she name the baby Tituss?
My name better be in there somewhere if she knows what's good for her.
Well, it is always so great to talk with you, and can't wait to see you on the red carpet again here in a few weeks.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.